Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Goal to Goal Podcast here. My name is Jake, and today it's the Joe Show making his Goal to Goal Podcast debut. Today we are going to be giving our way too early predictions on what every NFL team's shot of making the playoffs is. I did this mid-season last year, and I got a lot of them right, but I got some wrong. So we're going to do this, look back on it at the end of next season, or I guess mid-season, and see how accurate we were. And so without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, what's up, everybody? We're going to get into the tier list right now. Me and Joe both have separate tier lists, and we're each going to put them at what we think. So if you want to see one of our different perspectives of what we think, make sure to check out our channels and just watch the other video, I guess. And if we can, we'll put a link to it in the description. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first team, Denver Broncos. This depends. It all depends on Russell Wilson. You know, they got Sean Payton down. They have a pretty consistent team, or defense, I guess. I think maybe a few more important pieces need to come in on the offense. Now, I would say decent chance, but there is the whole AFC West. But I'll say with Sean Payton, this one could age really badly. If there was a middle between decent and under 50, it'd be there. But I'm going to put in decent chance. I'm going to take a gamble here because I'm not going to lose faith in Sean Payton. I think he's a really good head coach, and I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree that Payton's a good coach, but I do not see Russell Wilson having a better season. So I'm going to put him in under 50%. I think that there's a little chance that they could make it if they stay healthy all year and Russ plays a little better than he did last year. But like Jake said, they're in one of the toughest divisions in football. So I'm going to put him in under 50% chance.
Okay, Detroit Lions also going to be in a pretty tough division this year. I'm going to put him in decent chance. I'm not going to put him most likely because I don't completely know who I think's going to win that division yet. You know, Bears are looking like they're making good moves. Vikings and Packers are the Vikings and Packers, so I think every team in that division has a decent shot.
I think no matter what, the Packers are probably going to last them. I'm definitely not Bear fan bias. Okay, now we have the Detroit Lions. I know I'm a Chicago Bears fan, but I'm not going to lie. I think that the Lions are probably going to win the division this year. So them winning that division would put them in a top 4 seed. But there's no chance for 100% they do win the division. So I'm putting them in decent chance because there's a decent chance, but it's not 100%. So I won't put them in.
Okay, we're going to try and get through most of these quick so you don't have to watch the whole 20-minute video. But yeah, next team, Chicago Bears. I'm going to let Joe start with this one because it's his team.
I'm going to put the Bears in decent chance because I feel like Fields has already improved so much this year than his rookie year. And I feel like he'll improve this year even more. And with DJ Moore and Tremaine Edmonds and hopefully a good draft, they can have a decent chance.
I'll be honest. I'm going to put him in decent chance too. The Bears GM did a really good job on the defense, I think, trying to rebuild that. I think maybe a few more pieces on the D-line could help. But I think Justin Fields, as long as he keeps developing, they're going on in the right direction. And I think if he can just get his throwing as good as he can, then I think he'll be all right. But it all comes down to how good he is at throwing. Okay, next team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, post-Tom Brady era. I'm putting under 50% chance. I'm gambling on this one.
I forget, who did they sign? What quarterback?
Baker Mayfield, and then there's rumors that they might draft someone, maybe like Hendon Hooker, Seston Bennett, not someone like top 5.
I agree that they're under 50% chance. Did you put them in 50?
Yeah.
I think they're 50 because I'm not going to put them most likely not. They still have Mike Evans. And they got 2 good running backs, one of them being Leonard Fournette, and they have a good enough defense, so I'll put them in under 50.
Okay, next team, if there was a gap between most likely and decent chance it'd be there. Pittsburgh Steelers, I really feel good about this team. I like Kenny Pickett. I think he's can develop into a really good quarterback. As he was really the only good prospect in the 2022 NFL draft, sorry. But then Brock Purdy came in and lit it up. So it's him and Pickett, I guess. We'll see what happens to everyone else in that draft, but it's not about them. It's about the Steelers right now. I think they have a really talented defense. I think the line has improved a lot with the additions they've made, and I just think they're going to be an all-around good football team. I think it's going to bring a lot of flashbacks back to the good days with Ben Roethlisberger back in the 2010s.
So what are you putting them in, Jake?
Decent chance.
Honestly, I agree agree with some of the stuff you said, but think about it. They're going to be in a tough division. The Ravens are probably going to be good if Lamar stays there.
That's why I didn't put him most likely.
Yeah, I feel like that the Browns are going to be better next year. I feel like the Bengals are going to be the Bengals. So I don't think that they're be able. They are going to be third or fourth in the division most likely. I feel like the Browns are going to get better in the offseason. Deshaun Watson will develop. So I'm going to put them in under 50 just because of how they haven't made many moves in the offseason. So they'll probably be similar. And unless Kenny Pickett shocks me, which I do not have high expectations for him, to be honest, just by watching him play. Unless he works on his decision making, I'm going to put him in under 50.
Okay, so next team we have the Carolina Panthers. They're going to draft Bryce Young, I think, or it could be C.J. Stroud, but I think it's most likely going to be Young. Now, have you ever seen a quarterback get taken number one overall and make the playoffs that year? No, not saying it's impossible, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I think they're going to have a kind of Chicago Bears type season, just not make the playoffs. I think they're going to rebuild and see what they can do from there.
So what are you putting them at?
Most likely not.
I'm going to put them at under 50% chance because I think that even if Stroud or Young, whoever they take, doesn't have an amazing season, they still have a decent roster, and I think that Adam Thielen was a good pickup. They got him, right?
Yeah, they got Allen Thielen.
So I think that's a good pickup, and I think that they will be a good enough team to have 6-7 wins, and I think that it's a little bit under 50% chance.
Okay. Next team, Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to put in most likely because if they win the division or they come in second, I think whatever happens there, they're going to make the playoffs because I don't have too much expectations for the Giants because, there wasn't a lot of good teams in the NFC last year, so I think that's part of the reason why they made it. And same with the Commanders. I think the only way the Commanders make it is if Sam Howell absolutely tears it up out there. But other than that, I think that's going to be rebuilding, or not rebuilding, but just down years for Giants and Commanders. So Cowboys, Eagles are going to be the two contending for the NFC East, and whoever doesn't win the division is still going to get wild card. So most likely.
I got the Cowboys in most likely as well. I think Dak Prescott gets way too much hate as he performs when he's healthy, and he doesn't get enough credit for it. And Tony Pollard has shown how he can be just getting shared reps with Zeke, and now that he's going to be the number one guy, I think he's going to have a breakout season. CeeDee Lamb's also going to play really good, and they got one of the best defenses in football, so I think they're an automatic most likely.
Alright, so next team, New England Patriots. Who thought you'd be saying this 5 years ago, but most likely not. Here's why. I think Mac Jones can be a good quarterback, but again, unless the Jets don't get Aaron Rodgers, they have one of the best divisions in football and one of the toughest divisions in football, with already having the Bills and Dolphins, two of the best teams in the AFC. And so I don't think they're going to make it. I think they're going to come last in the division because, I don't think all four teams in the division are going to make the playoffs, nor do I think the Patriots are going to be the best team in the league.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to put the Patriots in. Most likely not. Not because they're a bad team, just because I feel like that they're not going to be as good this year as they were last year, even though they weren't even great last year. But they almost made the playoffs. But I feel like that next year, these teams are going to be better overall. I feel like next year, there's going to be I feel like next year there's not going to be any teams that are they're definitely going to get last. There's not one team that's worse than all the others next year. Even the Texans, you could argue, I feel like Damian Pierce is going to get better, and they're going to have a good draft, obviously. Going to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I agree that there's not a clear-cut worst team in the league. So I'm going to mostly not, because the league's getting tougher and tougher every year.
Yeah, speaking of Texans, they're the next team. I'm going to say under 50% because I don't think it's all out for them this year because just because of the division they're in. The only legit contender right now is the Jags, so I think the Texans don't win the division, but they could easily get a wild card spot if Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud performs well.
Yeah, I agree with Jake on that one because Damian Pierce had a good season as he was like a fourth-round pick or third-round pick.
Yeah, I think Damian Pierce will develop, and they actually have done pretty decent in free agency. They got Dalton Schultz, and I think they should draft a wide receiver in the draft too.
Yeah,
that's what I got for my mock draft.
I don't think they're gonna get worse because I know the Bears got the worst record, but I think even Jake could agree they were the worst team last year. I don't think they're going to get worse from that. They're going to have some good draft picks, and Damian Pierce is going to develop, so I'll put him in under 50.
Okay. Next team, Vikings. I'm gonna put them a decent chance. I think some would want to put them most likely, but they're the Vikings. We saw what happened last year. They got hyped up so much this season with Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and then got to the playoffs and lost to the Giants in the wild card. And this happens almost every year for the Vikings. I don't have anything against the Vikings. I like Kirk Cousins. I like Justin Jefferson. I just think that it's a Viking thing, I guess. It's something the Vikings do every year. They build up so much hype but do little in the playoffs. Until I see the Vikings give a bit in the playoffs, then I will put them in decent chance.
Yeah, I agree with Jake because that division is not getting easier; it's getting tougher. And last year, games against the Bears and games against the Lions, they were not blowing those teams out. In fact, when they played the Bears the one time, it was a very close game the entire game. They just won in the end because the Bears were a young, unexperienced team. But I feel like that they could be most likely, but it comes down to one man. I think you know who I'm talking about, Jake.
Kirk Cousins.
Correct. Kirk Cousins does not perform well in the playoffs, and he was only performing good in the regular season because he had Adam Thielen, T.J. Hawkinson, and Justin Jefferson. And whenever they weren't playing good, he'd just give the ball to Dalvin Cook. So he really didn't have a tough job. Kind of like Jimmy G with the 49ers. He didn't have much of a job. All he had to do was give the ball to his best players.
Hmm.
So I think that the Vikings are a decent chance, not most likely.
Okay, so if the next team is the Raiders. Now, I want to put them a decent chance with the Broncos because I think they're equal. But I think it depends if the not Eagles, Raiders decide to tank this season or they decide to do good. They got Jacoby Myers in free agency, a good receiver to complement Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams. But is Jimmy Garoppolo an upgrade over Derek Carr, and will Jimmy Garoppolo lead them to the promised land? That's where I'm wondering. I think I'll go with whatever you go with.
Honestly, if there was a category in between decent chance and under 50, the Raiders would definitely be in that category with Devontae Adams, one of the best receivers. But I think that Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely a big upgrade from Derek Carr. Not that Jimmy Garoppolo is that good, because I honestly think he's kind of overrated. People call him a winner, but he really was just on like one of the best offenses and defenses in the league, so he didn't have much to do. But I feel like that he's definitely better than Derek Carr, so I'm gonna put him in under 50% chance because teams are getting so much better in the off season, and teams are gonna be healthy this year that were injured last year. So I think that they're under 50.
Okay. Oh, under 50. Okay, I had him a decent chance. I'm just going with what you go with. I don't know for that one. Okay, next team we got my favorite team, Philadelphia Eagles. I'm gonna put them most likely because I don't think they're gonna have a Los Angeles Rams type season where they go like 5-12 like the Rams did. Because out of like 57 Super Bowls, the Rams were the first team to do that. And yeah, so I think the Eagles are most likely to make the playoffs. And if they don't win the division, they're going to be in the wild card. So I think they're most likely going to make the playoffs. The only way they have a LA Rams season is literally if Jalen Hurts like tears his ACL and their whole defense just gets injured. Because that's the Rams. Just I feel bad for the Rams fans. I thought they were going to go back to the back part of me, the Rams, this season, but it didn't happen. So yeah, Eagles most likely. Move on.
I mean, you obviously know, Jake. I'm not a fan of the Eagles. Just their fans in general. I'm not a fan of most Philly teams, but I can't excuse my way out of this one. The Eagles are one of the best teams in the NFL. They did lose some defense, but they also gained some other guys in the offseason. So I still think that they're an automatic Super Bowl contender, most likely.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Next team, 49ers. Again, after our NFC Championship game, not too fond of the 49ers, but like you said, can't use any excuses for this. They're most likely going to make the playoffs. I think Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, whoever you have playing quarterback, they're going to win the NFC West. That division is on a really bad down spiral right now. And unless Geno Smith can rebuild things in Seattle, or not rebuild, but just knock it out of the park, they're going to make it. Even if they lose the division somehow, they're making a wild card.
Yeah, I also agree with you on that one. I think the 49ers are most likely. I'm not saying that Brock Purdy or Trey Lance, whoever they play, is good because I don't know much about Trey Lance yet. But Brock Purdy, just from watching him play, he's too inconsistent with his throws.
Mm-hmm.
In that playoff game against the Seahawks, there were like 3-4 times he just like overthrew a guy and got lucky that it wasn't a pick. So I feel like that he's got to be more consistent. And I know he's played very well for being the last quarterback taken in the draft, right?
Uh-huh.
No, but I still feel like that they have one of the best defense in the league. Great receivers, great tight end.
Okay.
They're the most likely.
Next team, I love them again to put these in most likely. I'm putting the Jacksonville Jaguars in most likely. They own their division right now, and it's wide open to them. And I think Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence is going to keep developing, keep growing into a better player, and I think they're just going to keep adding weapons around him. And I think that defense is only going to get stronger. And they're only on an up spiral right now. And I think in the next 5 years, it's only going to get better for them. So most likely, Jaguars in the playoffs.
I agree with that. They're in one of the easier divisions, and they're a great team, so I put them the most likely. And they actually remind me of the Bears. They went from being the worst team in the league to winning in the wild card, and then almost beating the Chiefs. I feel like that's going to be the Bears this year, kind of. But not talking about the Bears. The Jags are a good team, good defense. They did a great job in the last year. They're most likely.
Okay, so next team I'm putting in decent chance, Green Bay Packers. Now, with the Green Bay Packers, if you were paying attention, I put the whole NFC North in decent chance because to me that whole division's wide open. It's literally just that's going to be an all-out war, the NFC North. Whoever can just get the most wins, play the best, is going to make the playoffs. That division's wide open. Every team in that division has a decent shot at the playoffs. It's just whoever can have the most success and can execute the best.
I would agree with you on this, but Aaron Rodgers gone. They weren't good with Aaron Rodgers. They were not good with him at all, honestly. They took him to the end of the year, and I know that Jordan Love we haven't known much of yet, but he has not played like any NFL snaps. He's played like one or two his whole career, so I feel like that he's gonna have a rough go to start. He might turn it up at the end of the year, but I feel like it's gonna be too late, and he's not gonna have much to throw the ball to. Just Christian Watson, but he took a minute to warm up too, and I feel like it's gonna be.
I think they'll draft someone.
Kind of like the Bears this year, how they ran the ball a lot. It's gonna be them, but I got the Packers.
So Jordan Love could be really good or really bad. Definitely did not buy a graded 10 football card of him in case he's good. Moving on, though, division's wide open. New York Giants, I'm going to put under 50% chance. Like you said earlier in the video, a lot of these teams are getting better as the offseason progresses. So I think as these teams get better, the Giants are going to stay where they are. I think this is going to be a down year for them, and I think they're just going to have to find the right pieces. Unless they can get a wide receiver and slip into the wild card, I think they have a less than 50% chance. So I don't think it's totally out of the picture for them, but I just don't think with the teams in the NFC that are going on an up spiral right now, they have the best shot at getting back to the divisional where they were with the Eagles last year.
Yeah, I want to put them in decent chance. I really do. Saquon Barkley, obviously one of the best running backs in football. Daniel Jones will probably develop, and then they got Darren Waller, who's when healthy. But think about it. They're in one of the toughest divisions with the Eagles and the Cowboys, who are probably going to get first and second no matter what. And I don't think they're going to be able to just have the division they're in. If they were in like a different division that was easier, I would.
AFC South.
Yeah, they were in the AFC South, and yeah, but I have them in under 50 just because of how tough that division's going to be.
Okay, so our next team is the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to put them in decent chance. I like Justin Herbert. I don't know if they can get all the way to the Super Bowl. There's this hot take that I've been talking to Joe about for a while now, and it's that I think Justin Herbert will pull Matt Stafford. I think Justin Herbert's going to have a good career, make some Pro Bowls in the Chargers, but I don't think he's going to get to a Super Bowl or anything like that. And I think near the end of his career, but where he's still good enough to compete, he'll go to a new team and win a Super Bowl. But yeah, I think Chargers have a decent chance, but I don't think they're getting to the Super Bowl.
I got the Chargers in most likely because I feel like those receivers have been injured so much. That can't last forever. I think this is the year that they stay healthy, and the Chargers almost win that division. They're not going to beat the Chiefs, though. They're definitely going to be a close second, and I think they're most likely because I think Justin Herbert is a top 5, top 4 quarterback when healthy, so I got them in most likely.
I agree, okay. Or not most likely, I have them a decent chance. Just in case the AFC West decides to be really good. Bengals, most likely. Yeah, Bengals don't need to discuss. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Yep, that's the Bengals.
Hopefully Joe Mixon.
LA Rams, I'm going to put in under 50%. I think this is going to be a rebuild year for them. They went all out to get the Super Bowl, and they got the Super Bowl. So now they're just going to take a few chill years after making 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years and winning one. So I think they definitely broke the bank, and they got what they wanted.
Just, I did put the Bengals in most likely.
Yeah.
And for the Rams, I have in under 50 because there's no guarantee they stay healthy. But if they do stay healthy, Matt Stafford will be good, and Cooper Kupp will be good. So if they are going to stay healthy, and I know that for a fact, they're automatic decent. But just because I don't know 100%, they're going in under 50.
Yeah, okay, now that you remind me, Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp, I kind of want to put them in decent chance. I mean, the NFC isn't. It's the NFC. I'm gonna move them up the decent chance.
Keep them under 50 just in case.
As long as Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp are healthy, I think they can.
We got the Falcons
Good.
next.
Falcons, I'm gonna put in under 50. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in under 50.
Teams that most likely not.
Actually, wait. Hold up. Yeah, I'm putting Falcons in under 50. Don't really need to explain that's the AFC South. There, I think
agree, under 50 for the Falcons.
there's only one team there that I think is a decent chance, and that's the Saints. They're gonna come up. Let's just put the Saints in decent chance now, because I have all the AFC South in under 50% or lower. Arizona Cardinals, I'm gonna
Most likely not.
yeah, I'm gonna put most likely not. They're gonna tank this year.
Kyler, which I think is a big mistake. D-Hop's probably gonna get injured.
He's gonna be out like
Kyler's not good. That's all I can say.
D-Hop. I don't think is gonna be on the Cardinals come week 1. Kyler Murray isn't gonna be healthy enough to play week 1, so they're definitely gonna tank. Most likely not. Baltimore Ravens, I'm gonna put them in under 50% chance. Not that I think they have an under 50% chance of making it, but if they don't have Lamar, I don't think they're making it. Okay. Next team, Chiefs. I don't know. I think they're just going to be most likely. Wonder why.
Yeah, I'm not.
Tennessee Titans.
Defending champs, most likely. Next.
Tennessee Titans, I'm going to put in under 50%. Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I agree with Tennessee Titans under 50.
Colts, I'm going to put in most likely not. I honestly think the Texans will be better than them this year. Don't know why, just gut feeling.
I'm putting the Colts in under 50. They still got Jonathan Taylor. He's good when healthy. They got a good defense, good O-line, and Michael Pittman's good when healthy. So if they get a good quarterback or whoever they have at quarterback, they don't have to do much. Just get the ball to Taylor and throw it to Pittman, and I think they're under 50.
Miami Dolphins, most likely yes. They have Tyreek Hill. They have the weapons. They have a pretty much complete team, kind of like the Eagles. And they're
It's a complete team, just all revolves around Tua's health. So
yeah.
I'm putting them most likely.
Bills, most likely. One of them is going to make the wild card, and one of them is going to win the division. Commanders, I'm going to put under 50. That if that was to happen, it'd be between them.
Most likely not, because Heineke was too inconsistent.
Heineke's not on the team anymore.
I'm stupid. Never mind, they're under 50.
Okay. Seattle Seahawks, I'm going to put in decent chance. Actually, no, I'm going to put them in most likely just because there's not too many really good teams in the NFC, and I think Geno Smith's on a good run right now. And then New York Jets to end it off.
The Seahawks in a decent chance because I feel like the Lions, Bears, and Vikings, all of these are out the NFC North, but whoever does win, I feel like the other two remaining teams will have a better record than the Seahawks, so I won't put them most likely because I feel like the other two teams in the NFC North will have a better shot.
And our final team is the New York Jets. As long as they get Aaron Rodgers, they have a decent chance. As long as they get a good quarterback under center this season, I'm going to put him in decent chance. And yeah, Joe, what are you putting him in?
I'm putting them in decent chances.
And yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up the video for me and Joe. Hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts on this, if there was any teams that you would change, or if you agree with most of these. With that, this has been Jake. This has been Joe. Hope you're all having an amazing day. God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Bye, guys.